So this is a video which is different from other videos that I've made. I haven't rehearsed it, I haven't scripted, I'm just going to film it as I go. But it's something I want to talk to you about, and it's something I've thought about for the past few weeks, which is very important to know, especially if you're new into crypto. You can see this chart right here. We had several bull markets or bull periods where the price was sky high, all-time highs, and then it dropped again. Same thing is kind of happening right now. We saw the all-time high last week. We're dropping right now. Today we have a very red day, as you can see over here. Guys, just remember, if you see something like this, you might panic and you might go like, oh, I need to sell because, you know, I might lose more money, or I will lose my life savings or whatever, right? However, if you zoom out, so let's take a year, for instance, you see that a lot of tokens are still in the clear. Floki, for instance, 575%. We see Akash Network, 1470%. But if we look at the daily, we see that they have dropped, right? Now, this is cryptobubbles.net. I highly recommend everybody to check this site out, because this site will show you in one instance what is happening to the market and what is happening to several coins. But here's the thing, right? Everybody thinks they are an expert, and there are a lot of YouTubers around that claim that they know what they are talking about. They claim that they are traders, or they say they aren't traders, but they try to be traders anyway, calling the market, saying that, oh, it's going to go up, it's going to go down, this will probably happen, Bitcoin will probably go to 120,000. No, I think Bitcoin will go to 250,000. And other people like Crypto Capo, for instance, he's been bearish throughout the entire bull market, saying that there isn't any reason why this price is being pumped right now. He did say that he got surprised by the bull market, and he did say he got surprised by the price action. A lot of people say that he's wrong so long right now that he should apologize, maybe even because he's costing people money. But here's the thing again, if you listen to people like us, you are going to lose money, because we aren't registered financial advisors. We haven't studied for this. All we do is we follow each other on Twitter. We follow each other on wherever we are, and then we try to copy each other, because if you look at certain videos or types of videos, they all spread the same message. Last week I saw a video from Max Maher. He had a story, the same story that Elliot Trades has, and Elliot Trades had the same story as Alex Becker, or maybe Alex Becker had the same story as Elliot Trades. And then we've got Miles Deutscher saying things. Then we've got a different one saying he read about the Masari report and the Deepin project. And then we've got Miles Deutscher talking about the Deepin projects, or the Deepin report that Masari.io has brought out. And here's the thing, right? It's not a bad thing for us as content creators to have a look at each other and then try to create the same content, especially if we see that that content is being picked up by the algorithm, right? But what's very important to know is that whatever we say on our channels could be taken as truth by you guys, right? And that's one of the reasons I don't try to predict the market. It's one of the reasons why when I talk about projects, I'm not saying they're going to the moon. I'm not saying they're going to do a nice 1000x from here on. And I'm not going to say we are going up forever. The reason for that is because people that watch my channel are just people like me. You know, I'm a person, I've got feelings, I've got financials, I've got responsibilities, I've got a family, and I can't afford to lose my life savings, and neither can you. That's why we always say never invest money you cannot afford to miss, because if you do invest money you cannot afford to miss, you will most likely lose it all and end up bankrupt, or even worse, people have committed suicide due to crypto crashes. Remember the Luna crash and I think it was the Anchor Network one, the one where we got like 19% API. A lot of people lost a lot of money when Luna came crashing down. Now, what I want to talk about right now is how to stay safe, right? So the first way to stay safe in this environment is to have a hardware wallet. Now, my choice of hardware wallet, let me pull that one up, is Tangem.com. And why is this my preferred hardware wallet? Because I have to tell you guys, I will be making a video about different hardware wallets. I've got a Trezor laying around right here, which is still hasn't been unboxed. They've actually sent me two. I've unboxed the other one. I've got a Tangem wallet. I've got a Ledger hardware wallet. I've got a SafeBell hardware wallet. I'm talking to SafeBell to see if I can get more hardware wallets to do reviews on. So I've used quite a few hardware wallets, right? And the one I think is the most convenient one is this one, the Tangem hardware wallet. I use it, or I talk about it in every video. I've got a small segment talking about, hey, I'm not a registered financial advisor. And if you want to buy a hardware wallet, make sure to get the Tangent one because it's very convenient. All you need is your card and your phone. The thing is with Tangent, it's a Swiss-based company. They're pretty cheap. So let me check the prices real quick. A 3-card set, which I have as well, is $63. If you use my coupon code, you will get 10% off. So right now they have secret sale. That's 10% off as well. But if you use crypto with Rico, you will get 10% off as well. And it's a very sleek design. And it's like your bank card, right? That's another thing. Having a hardware wallet is one thing, but there's also a $5 range attack where someone can pressure you, break your kneecaps or whatever, and then you give them your codes and then they can take out all of your crypto, right? So it's always good to store certain things offsite as well, whether it's in a old bank vault. There are actually companies that rent old bank vaults and then they rent out those deposit boxes, those safety deposit boxes where you can deposit your stuff and things like that. So there's a couple of ways how you can stay safe in regards to storing your crypto. And the best way to do it is by using a hardware wallet. And the best one to use, in my opinion, especially if you're new to crypto or if you don't really like the hassle of going behind your computer and switching everything and then hooking it up and then having to scan QR codes and stuff like that. Tangent will definitely do the trick. So be sure to check this one out. Now, let's go back to the price because I'm all over the place. And the reason for that is because I haven't rehearsed it. I'm not going to redo this because I want to come this from the heart, right? I want to see you guys as I am right now, not when I'm reading a script or when I thought everything through. This is just who I am and I'm talking about all of this. One thing you need to remember, okay? The price goes up, price goes down. Price goes up, price goes down, price goes up, price goes down. And it goes up and down through a longer period. So we've got, let's say, December right here all the way till May. So that's like 5-6 months. And it goes in a smaller increment, right? Or in a smaller time frame, I must say. Nobody's that's watching this channel will be able to buy here and then sell all the way up there. And there's 2 reasons for that. One, you won't be able to time the market because you're not a professional trader. You're just some dumb guy, just like me, who figured he could get a lot more money in crypto than he can in stocks or that he can in working, for that matter. But the second reason why you won't be able to do that has to do with the liquidity pools. This is not trading companies, right? It's not trading stocks. It's not going to go up forever. A company growing like Nvidia, for instance, who's been growing a lot. Coinbase, who's been growing a lot lately as well. But this is liquidity pools. That means it's me against you. Or it's you against me. And that means you want to get as much money, but I want to get as much money as well. It's basically a game of chicken, right? You're in your car, you're driving, you've got the other guy in his car as well, or girl, driving, and then you look at each other and you go like, okay, I'm not going to move, I'm not going to move, I'm not going to move. And then at the end, at the final end, when you almost clash, you move to the side, to the left, or you move to the right. And then you miss, and then one of you walks away a winner. Same goes with crypto. The one who stays in the longest or has the biggest balls to stay in will probably most likely get out the most money. However, if you stay in too long, you will collide like those cars, and then you will drop all the way down and you won't be able to sell your crypto. Because if the market goes up, there's a lot of euphoria, but when the market goes down, there's a lot of panic, right? And if you think you can sell up here, you won't. And if you think you can sell down here, you won't as well, because those won't come through. Those prices or those limit orders that you've set or stop limit orders that you've set won't go through because it will just come crashing down there, and there won't be any liquidity to fulfill your orders, right? Let me give you an example. Because the past few weeks I have been selling some portion of my crypto portfolio. The reason for that is not because I think the bull market is over, but the reason for that is because, to my liking, I'm too much exposed. I'm still in with my own money. I'm not only in with profits, right? And I want to change that around. So lately I've been taking out 10 to 20% of my entire portfolio to be able to have a little bit more comfort of me staying into crypto, which means that I've actually already had encountered some problems that I'm talking about right now, okay? So I had an order for 400 tokens, of which I won't going to mention right here. And I was looking at the screen and I was like, why isn't my order getting fulfilled, right? Because if you use limit orders and market orders, if you have a market order, it will just sell everything at the price that's available right then. But if you have like 10 apples, and those are €2, normally you won't be selling them for €20, but you'll sell them for much, much less, right? Because it's just going to use the market price that's available at that moment of time. If you use limit orders, so you say, no, look, man, I only want to sell my apples for €2, then it's going to wait till the price is back to €2 again, sell something. If the price drops again, it has to wait, comes back again, sell something. So that will take up more time, right? So I had 400 tokens of a not to mention project, and I was looking at that, and it didn't come through. It didn't got fulfilled, that order. And I was just looking and looking and looking and waiting and waiting and waiting till I grew this beard, right? All right. So what I've done is I've actually grabbed that same order and I've divided it in several pieces. So I've made 4 orders of 100 tokens being sold each. And those did go through. It took a while as well, same as with 400, but it was a smaller portion which was easier to sell. So that was a lesson for me that told me that, look, you will never be able to sell all your tokens at once, to dump them all at once, because there won't be enough liquidity to fulfill your order. So keep that in mind, which is also, and it's not financial advice, guys. I can't stress this enough. It's not financial advice. However, if you are going to sell with a DCA strategy. That's what I'm going to do. I went with a dollar cost averaging in. So I've bought in increments all the way down, which dropped my average entry price and so on. And I'm going to sell at the same strategy as well, which prevents me from having to sell everything at once when the market is going to crash down, and with me being stuck with the tokens because my orders won't be fulfilled, right? So that's one thing. Another problem, there's actually 2 more problems, is fees and congestion. Right? So the Ethereum fees are currently going through the roof. It's like really going through the roof. And that's just now. Imagine if the Ethereum ETF goes through, right? Imagine if a lot more people buy meme coins. Imagine if a lot more people buy Ethereum again. That price of those fees is going to go skyrocket up to the moon or to Mars or wherever it's going to go. And then you're stuck because it's going to really suppress your profits, right? In the previous bull run, I had like a meme token that I bought, which was like worth, let's say I've put in 2,000 and it became worth 5,000, okay? So that's a 3,000 profit for me. However, what I then had to do was sell that, right? To cash in my profit. Now, here goes. First transaction on Ethereum. I had to pay a fee of around $250. But then that fee, that transaction got canceled. It didn't went through for whatever reason. But those $250 were gone. I had to redo that transaction. That was another $250. That was $500 in total to spend just to sell my tokens. So from the 3,000 profit that was left, there was only 2,500 left. And then because it was a liquidity pool, it was a Uniswap, I didn't get like $2,500. I got much less because I didn't work with a limit price. I had to work with a market price. And it's something people need to remember. The fees will definitely affect your profits. And the more a ecosystem is being used, so Ethereum, the higher those fees will be. So if you only got a small amount to invest, you have to take that into consideration, because it could actually mean that a price has to go up like 3 or 4 times before you can even make a profit, right? Then the other problem, let's look at Solana, for instance. I like the project. I like the ecosystem. It's very active. They are building on it. But right now the price is going up again. And I was like, okay, I'm going to sell because, like I said, I'm DCAing in, I'm DCAing out. I'm going to sell some Solana. So I had to transfer Solana from my wallet to an exchange, right? And then I got the message, Solana is being congested. And I'm like, okay, that's a problem, because the price won't go up forever. It might come down again. And now my funds are stuck somewhere because that network is congested. But we're in like the early stages, so like we're probably around here somewhere, of the bull market. So imagine what happens if we're in a full-blown bull market and everybody is trying to take profits and everybody is using that network or that ecosystem, or here we go again. If it's congested, those transactions won't go through. So if the market is come crashing down and you want to panic sell, you want to paper hand, which is, there's nothing wrong with paper handing, by the way, but you want to sell, right? You can't, because your funds are stuck. You can't move them to an exchange. The network is congested, and here you are with your bag of tokens, which are becoming less and less and less with the hours passing by. And that's another thing people need to remember. People think like, oh, okay, if Bitcoin hits 100,000, I can sell everything off for 100,000. You know, that's my plan. That's what I'm going to do. No, that's not what you're going to do, because you have all these factors that you have to take into consideration when you try to execute your exit strategy, your exit plan, you know? So I can't warn or stress you guys enough. Don't wait for that perfect moment, because that perfect moment will never come there. And why won't that perfect moment ever be there? That has to do with the fact that fees are going to be too high. Networks are going to be congested. The liquidity won't be there to support or fulfill your orders, you know? So this is something I struggle with myself as well. And this is something I wanted to make a video about. Now, I know guys, let me just change the background just for the sake of changing the background. I know that this is not a type of video that you guys are waiting for, you know, because everybody wants to see bullish news and everything going up, and it's also not a video that you'd expect on my channel, right? And I'm not a Miles Deutscher, I'm not an Elio Trades, I'm not an Alex Becker, but I'm not some dumb guy either, you know? I've done my research, I've been in crypto for quite a few years now, I create a lot of videos on crypto. I know that my channel is very small. I know that my views are probably not the views that you expect for a crypto YouTuber, but I just really hope that even if there's only one person watching this, taking something out of what I'm teaching you or what I'm trying to explain to you right now, and if there's only one person that I'm saving from such a big fiasco, I'm already satisfied, you know? So I hope whoever is watching this, that this video is helpful to you, that it opened up your eyes, and I wish you all the best, and I hope we all get rich together. But please, guys, be careful, stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time. Doei!